What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the different status effects that you're going to use in Marvel's Avengers that are going to help you save the world. Before we talk about how to use these effects, let's talk about what they are and how to recognize them. The first effect on our list is Cryo. It's represented by this little star. Next up is Gamma, and it's represented by the traditional radioactive symbol. This little orange ball of energy represents plasma. Shock damage, of course, is a lightning bolt. Cosmic is a cool little yellow galaxy, and Pym, well, it's a particle. We'll talk about how to apply these effects in a minute, but once you apply them and fill this little status bar you see up above their HP, you get an animation and a particle effect telling you the debuff is active. Cryo specifically slows down movement and attack speed and will actually stop certain defensive capabilities. And I don't know if this is just an effect from the beta, but it hilariously slows down enemies falling. And paired with the right weapons, you're going to be able to slow and stun lock enemies infinitely, or at least until Hulk smash it. Up next, we have Gamma Poisoning. Once you get that green gamma meter full, you're going to have a damage over time effect that slowly but surely poisons your enemy until they die. The enemy dies with that gamma effect still active, you'll get a nice gamma explosion that does gamma damage to the surrounding enemies. Up next is another damage over time effect, Plasma Burn. But instead of just hurting them, for every tick of damage Plasma Burn applies, it actually interrupts the enemy's ability to attack, with the potential to stagger them and knock them over. Up next is probably one of the most least talked about status effects in the game so far, Shock Damage. When this status effect activates, it increases the damage taken by enemies from all sources and increases your chances of landing a critical strike. Going from the least talked about status effect to the most talked about status effect. Cosmic Damage inundates the enemy with cosmic radiation, giving you a boost in willpower, meaning that heals your HP a little bit, but it also increases the damage the enemy takes from all sources, much like some of the other debuffs we've talked about. Depending on how you use this effect, whether it's on your ranged attacks or on your melee combat finishers, certain heroes are going to have some incredible sustain mid-fight. Up next, and probably my favorite status effect on this list, Pym. Once you fill that status bar with Pym particles, your enemies shrink, making them cute, cuddly, and adorable. Pym particles don't just shrink your enemies into Hulk-size action figures. It actually reduces the amount of damage they do and increases the amount of damage they take. This effect doesn't just apply to regular enemies, it also applies to the giant robots we like to fight, shrinking them into much more manageable sizes. Using finishers on Dreadbots doesn't cancel the effect of Pym particles, but when you use it on a smaller enemy, it actually does. Notice here how activating a finisher brings the enemy back to its regular size. I found it for the purposes of this video, it was easier to use ranged attacks to apply these status effects. You can also get gear that puts on-hit effects on your light and heavy combo finishers. If you're looking for more information on loot and gear, click the video you see on your screen right now. If you want more Marvel's Avengers tips, guides, and tutorials, hit that subscribe button. Until the next one, I'm the Jedi Ninja. Stay out of trouble, make good choices, and may the Force be with you.